What's up, everybody? It's Tatiana Jones, and we just pulled up to Precision Cuts, one of the most historic barbershops in Plaquemine. We going in to check out how Mr. Rick and Mr. Corey get down on this beautiful Good Friday. They've been cutting since 1995. We ain't do the math yet, but that's somewhere in between 30s plus minus years. You know what I'm saying? So tune in. We about to go in, check them out, see how they, get everybody right. Checking out. Get that bar.
Yeah, that's it.
Get the scene. I get some of that.
Hit me up.
Let me get it. I can get it right here.
All right.
You about to cut somebody else?
Yeah. Which one?
Flying with your bishop?
Oh, it's all gravy, baby.
Yeah.
My saying is a chicken is still a bird.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, go.
You being a barber, but also being a teacher, how did you get to that point where you were like, you know what, I'm at the point where I feel like I can teach somebody how to really do what I do?
I think when you look at the industry, you look at barbers, and sometimes you can see their flaws.
Yeah.
And then you see that and you want to help them. So they kind of like gave me the step to go forward. But also, younger kids, you want to give them something they could do that they could take whatever can be taken away from them. So just having that desire to help others and to also encourage even kids to show them that this could be done. You could find this trade for yourself, and it could take you places that you probably only could dream of.
Okay.
And then it was kind of easy. I say easy, but because I'm a teacher too, so now how can I teach this?
Yeah.
And how can I make it? How can I convey it in a way they can get it? So I had to simplify my process, and when you convey it to somebody, it got to be simple so they can pick it up. Okay. So I think that was encouragement to me, because how do I make this simple?
Okay.
Because when you got to explain something, you got to keep it simple.
Okay, bet. So what would you say would set you apart from other teachers? Or rather, what is something you incorporate in your teaching that you haven't seen enough of or a lot of?
Everybody don't want to give it to you.
Yeah.
They want you to get it on your own, and I think I have this, I'm called the Godfather. I think I have this father type heart, because an instructor will tell you what to do, but a father will show you how to do it. Right, I think it will set me apart. I wanted to show you how to do it, and sometimes that's still a fault of mine. I'll show you literally how to do it, as opposed to just telling you how to do it. And I see you drowning, I'm gonna save you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna save you.
I've been here, should be going on 5 years now.
In a good little while.
I've been cutting 15, 16 years, licensed. I only been licensed 5 years.
So what made you want to come from here? Like, how did you know this was the shop you want to post up at, bring up clientele?
Oh man, if you from Plaquemine, you gotta come through Precision Cut.
Come on.
I know where it's at, I started getting my hair cut right down the street. And once I went to school and got licensed, I hit Rick up, and it's been on ever since then.
What makes Precision Cuts, popular? Like, what makes it popular? Why everybody got to come here? Why just the place to come?
Where else you gonna go?
Good atmosphere.
Just the one. You get a little bit of it all,
Yeah.
You get your hair cut. You get a word.
Sunday service, Lord.
He gonna preach to you Tuesday through Saturday. Just all around good atmosphere,
Bless you.
God bless you. Oh man, it's unlimited. The list goes on, Working with them OGs, man, you learn more than just barber. I've learned how to become a better father, a man, all in general. And I done sharpened my skills up with these clippers, you know. It's just some good dudes to be around, you know. Get them in, get them out.
Yeah, that's a good answer, babe.
That's how we do it.
It seems like a light day today. It's a quick Friday. Easter break. Like how you prepare for a surge?
It ain't light. It might look like because we do these straight appointments, so we don't have too many just sitting around. But before the appointments, man, they be wrapped all the way around here. We don't know when we gonna leave, if we gonna be able to sit down and eat lunch. So it's right now it's just getting your mind prepared, but you pretty much know what type of day you're gonna have, how long you're gonna be at it, when you can sit down, take a break. So it's we really on the up and up right now. Raw the Barber on IG. Royal, ROYALDA, Barber. That's where you can find me, or you can find me on Style Seat at Raw the Barber.
Precision Cuts is a well-known spot, you know what I'm saying? I started getting my hair cut by Rick when I was maybe 9, 10 years old, back in 95 when it was in the blue shop over there. So it's just a little history that we got together, you know what I'm saying, that we always had, a little bond, formed a little bond, and I just always used to come get my hair cut here every now and again, even though I had moved away. So from there, he knew what I was doing, and then I just decided to move back this way. And when I did, I reached out to Rick, say, hey, Rick, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking to come back home. That you got a spot for me. So he was like, yeah, you make sure we got your spot. So from there, that's how we kind of linked up and did what we're doing now.
All right. Tell me about the feel of the shop. Like, how does it feel in here to peep the atmosphere in the shop?
The atmosphere is like no other. I say that because it's a lot of great character. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come through. You know, everybody know everybody. It's family oriented. And, you know, of course, you know, the bishop, he's going to always keep that godly talk going on. So from there, you know, everybody kind of get on that same little chord when it comes down to talking that type of talk too. So it's just a good spirit in the shop, you know.
So if you had to tell something to the people like in Plaquemine that might come in and see a new face, probably can't get to Bub, can't get to Corey, can't get to Rick, what would you tell them to let them know, like, hey, you could trust me. You can sit in my chair. You can trust me.
Well, I just let them know, hey, if you want to sit there and wait, that's on you. But if you want your kosher cut, you can come on, sit in my seat. You know what I'm saying? I might be your backup barber. You might be able to get to the point where you're going to trust me to get in your head after you see my product. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll direct them to a page or so. Money Moan 13. That's my Instagram. I got posted pictures of my cuts on there. So if you kind of wondering what I'm working with, you can go there and take a look at it. So that's what I do. I just, you know, hey, while you're sitting there, you might want to take a look at this. And then from there, you make your decision.
All right. And say your tag again where people can follow you at.
Money Mon, MONEY, 13.
Do you have a worse teaching experience?
Worse
Yeah.
teaching experience. I guess a worse teaching experience would be the one you don't feel like teaching nobody. Or it look like they ain't learning. I guess, you know, it look like it's hard, but I think to be a teacher, you have to have patience. You just got to have patience, and you got to realize it don't come overnight, because of where I am today, I didn't get here overnight. So even your worst, if you, the one that's causing it to be bad, or if they causing it to be bad, whatever it is, you got to have patience. One of the qualities of a teacher is to be patient.
Right.
Got to have that. And if you don't have patience, then you might not be built to be a teacher.
So as Bishop Whaley, top barber, you know what I'm saying, master of what you do, how do you incorporate the word into cutting hair?
I think when you think about the word of God, and you know, it's life. And so like it's easy to incorporate the word when the word is life.
Yeah.
And God is life. And you just make things practical. You know, I'm just I'm this guy around here that I preach off anything. You know, we'll be in the shop and they might say something, and I say, hold on, give me a moment, and I inject a certain principle, you know. So I think it gets kind of easy if you're looking for it. You know, if you're looking for it, we might see the dog, for instance, the dog might walk by. I said, man, a dog got 4 legs. Man, the gospel is built on, you know, 4 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. You know, I might take anything to preach on, to give an illustration or to give a point or give a principle, you know.
So, as a barber who's been cutting for maybe 30 plus years, right? What would be your advice for somebody to maintain that type of consistency?
Oh man, I think it's, first of all, you know, God has to give you health and strength. You got to have health and strength. You know, I always say it's been a blessing. Me and Corey we have had a long run, and how to run. How old are you, KJ? 12. Now you're a 12-year-old. I probably been cutting him all his life, huh? Probably cutting him all his life. And how to stay relevant to what KJ wants.
Yes.
Of course, because the daddy has, so his daddy bring him. So like, how do I stay relevant to be able to provide what KJ wants in a changing society? I've got to have an eye and an ear to what's going on if I'm going to stay relevant. So I think part of staying relevant is knowing what's going on and never minimizing or never stop learning. I would say, you know, always keep growing, and that might be going to a class, watching a YouTube video. It might be anything to learn, and never stop learning, because if you stop learning, if you stop growing, you'll stop going. So you never stop.
Okay. This is pretty much my last question. You feel me? Huh? Oh,
you're doing excellent.
All right. You feel me?
Got another ball. Now, look, we got another. That's a new ball right there. So that's a new one. So it's yeah. Right.
All right, true. So, how do you balance barber and the rest of your life?
I don't know if I've done that so well in the beginning, because part of it, I guess I did, because this is a grind, this is a sacrifice, and you got to be intentional, because it's gonna always be a demand. If you're good, if you got things going on, you're gonna always be in demand. But you got to still know how to prioritize. Put priorities first, you know, and working for yourself. You know, one of the benefits of working for yourself, you should be able to do other things that with your family, your kids, and stuff like that. So of course I was able to, you know, to spend time with my kids and things that they did when they were young. But you just got to put first things first. You know, what's priority. You got to rank things. You got to compartmentalize things. It get hard at first because you're in demand and you might not want to please everybody. We're in a service business. You know, we serve people, so there's a tendency to want to please them. You know.
Okay. So, how do you deal with barbering at its worst? As far as something like bad day, what is bad day in a barbershop for Kendrick Whaley?
Bad day sometimes could be not getting somebody right, because you know this is a job of perfection. You know, it's like a sickness. You know, it's like you're trying to perfect something that you can't perfect, and then when you feel you perfected it, you looked at it when you walked out and said, "I could do better." You know, so that could be a bad day. Or guess, of course, unsatisfied client, but again, you're in the business of service, so you got to do your best to ask them to know what they want and give them exactly what they want. You know, and you know, in this service, even if I'm having a bad day outside of barbering, the people don't want to know about my bad day. They want to have it. They want to have it.
Right.
So I got to be able to, you know, lay that aside. I got to be able to separate me and serve. You know, and there's a blessing in serving as well. You know. So I'm able to lay that aside and come do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So how do you deal with the mental strain of, nah, I could have did that better?
You thank God for another shot, like a second chance.
Yeah.
You know, or you go home, you go study. You know, I take pictures sometimes. Even though I take pictures, I don't always post it, but I take pictures and I go study the picture. Because when you're trying to get it right, that's the nature of the business, you know. If that's what you're into. Now you could be into something else, but I take it home and see how I could get his haircut right. You know, how I could get it better, how I could smooth it, how I could get it smoother. So it's the nature. I go study. And then, of course, having that second chance, the next opportunity, because that's what you want. Give me another shot. It's like playing in sports. You might lose or you might not do what you want to do. You know, having another game, you know, is helpful to your encouragement.
Okay. So watching your process is amazing, but so I know people like to throw around the word master, right? You get to a certain amount of hours, you a master at your craft. Have you felt like you've gotten to that point?
I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Yeah, you kind of know what I'm doing. You know, because like you could have like for instance, this is a barber. Like, let's say I put a number 1. This is a 0.5,
Yeah.
right? And it looks like this. But I might do the same thing to the other side, and it might not come out like that, even though I use a 0.5. So how do I still make both sides look the same?
Yeah.
Even though I've done the same thing on both sides, that don't mean they're gonna look the same.
Yeah.
So when I say I think I know what I'm doing, like I could do the same thing here, but it might not look the same way. I know how to make it look, make it look the same. So I'm not just cutting the hair. I'm following the pattern of the hair.
Okay.
So I see which way it's going, you know. So I don't know. I'm gonna let them call me whatever they want to call me. I could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I could stunt because we from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Louisiana people stunt, so I can't stunt.
So, all right. This for sure my last question.
You like a preacher.
Yeah.
You closing now? Huh?
Yeah, I'm
You
closing.
sure?
I'm closing. So, what would be the best advice you can give somebody starting out being a barber today?
I probably give them multiple things. I would tell them learn everything. Right? I would tell them learn everything. Don't shortchange yourself. I would tell them don't handicap yourself. Make sure you learn everything because the industry be changing. You know, we're doing things now that it wasn't doing when I was first started cutting hair. You know, and you don't know who's gonna come in your chair. I would tell them that, and I would tell them be patient. Don't be in a hurry. Perfect the craft. Money gonna come. Don't go chasing the money. You know, and it's easy for anybody to say. It might be easy for me to say, but I would say don't chase the money. You know, perfect the craft and the money gonna come. You know, my teacher told me in school, like, he said I wasn't gonna make no. He said I would never make no money. He said I was too slow. He said I would never make money. Well, in school, you know, I kind of like I knew how to cut when I went to school, but I took the schooling kind of serious to say, man, I'm gonna perfect this. I'm gonna get better. So I took my time when I got a haircut up there. So I wasn't rushing. Sometimes I really literally take my time on a haircut. And he used to tell me I wasn't gonna make no money.
Yeah.
But that's not the truth.
Okay.